cheapskates. It really does feel like a Friday. It really does feel like a Friday. I almost said it was Friday. You said that earlier. Feels like a fucking Friday. It's the Leo in the air. It's the Venus in the air. Hello, gorgeous. How are you? It's feeling wonderful. It's feeling great.
It's giving stripper in the living room doing pole dancing.
Yes.
Today.
Comfortable sensuality.
It's giving girls swimming in the swimming pool above you with the clear ceiling. Wow.
I am loving to hear that. I'm doing great myself. So yeah, let's see what Proverbs we got. As usual, this is how we start. This is how we get into it. This is how we gather ourselves. Today is Tuesday. I'm feeling, let's do a monthly reading. Today is Tuesday the 25th. We're going to do July 25th to August 25th for the collective. Let's go ahead and pull it out. I said pull it out, not throw it out. That's what we call slapping that shit on the table. Okay? And when I break it up, because it is going to be more than one collective story. Oh, wow, it's already flipped in there. Somebody's hiding. We got 54 and we got 24. 54 was hiding, so we're going to have to pull into that later. Okay. And anything else? We got 8. Any more? Spirit is speaking today. I knew my titties was tingling for a reason. We got 9. Spirit, I'm gonna cap it at 5. As soon as I said that, 22 popped out. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to start with the proverb for the one number, and then I'm going to do the reading for the one number, and then I'm going to work my way down. Versus me having a scatterbrain everywhere. That's how my brain works. Not everybody's brain works like that. And I want to make it a little bit easier on you. So we're going to start with 24 and work our way down, okay? Let's go ahead and get into this. Delicately, smooth, but truthfully, okay? So we got 24. Which is the turning point, above earth, below thunder. Thunder under the earth is the image of the awakening energy of spring. Winter is a time for rest, and when that time is complete, there comes a turning point. When one is attuned to the cycles of nature, that turning point becomes apparent. So it is in the activities of humankind which have their own turning points when success becomes more likely. Right? And this is the card that jumped out at us. This is the card that fell straight to the floor. This is the card that was like, here, I'm ready, I'm outspoken, I'm ready to be seen. So if we're thinking about our last reading previously where somebody had that fleeting success, this can again be a turning point for your success, especially with retrograde being again a retrospection, going backwards, seeing exactly and reflecting on what you may need to realize within your life. But either way, this is a turning point that needs to happen, and that's going to happen, and it's giving tower moment. So don't fight the shit, just enjoy the shit and allow yourself to be one with nature, because when you're one with nature, you're able to be a lot more centered and grounded in self, and it allows you to make more decisions more authentically without feeling like you compromised yourself, you neglected yourself, you retreated back to old ways, whatever it may be. Okay. That was dope. I ain't never seen that before.
Me neither.
Called that turning point. Alright, what is working? Oh, we got the fish. What is working for 24? No, that's a lot of cards coming out at me at once. Okay. What isn't working for 24? Sorry to put y'all a number on y'all. You guys are more than a number. But numbers are also significant. And this is also a great way of understanding that, okay? This is
numbers. 24 is a number.
24.
You said sorry to put on that.
Oh, hold on, Spirit. What is working for 24? Speak to me. Telling me to shuffle. Y'all really sticking true to needing something that needs to change, something that needs to be in a different direction, something that needs to be done in a different way. It's like you're seeing everything as an obstacle and you're not seeing that there's another way to go, that there's another option, there's infinite possibilities, right? 24 is evenly split. We're thinking about it, which means weigh your fucking options. Think about your decisions and before you just start taking steps forward. If you need a moment, take a fucking moment. Breathe. We have the peacock, which is working for you. That's going to be the final card. So we have 3 of what isn't working for you. I always like to get the lesson out and in the way. So we have the fish, which is about being adapted in their environment. It is about understanding their environment, but sometimes they can get a little bit too encapsulated and they lose a sense of focus. They lose a sense of self. And that is also water energy. So we're going to go ahead and pull into the fish really quick. I'm going to read the key pointers for you, what is out of balance and what is balanced for you, okay? So we have restlessness, change of focus, lost in the current. So again, you're seeing everything as an obstacle, everything is an opportunity of like a downfall, like a setback, instead of an actual lesson and understanding. This smoke is going crazy right now. Do you feel that?
What's that whooshing over here?
Woo, sigh.
I got you, babe.
Thank you. It's this restlessness. Like I said, it's just this matter of doing things, and it's a matter of like, if I continuously do this, maybe I can catch up to all this bad shit happening. And sometimes they can also be the cause of things that are not going your way because you keep stepping in your own way instead of allowing the capabilities of yourself to push you forward, right? Because when you are in balance, you are adaptable and you travel well, right? So even if you're thinking about traveling, moving spaces, that is also a change of course, of change of scenery. That is a matter of you being able to adapt to the environment while still being authentically yourself, without being disturbed, without being anxiety reading, without feeling like I have to. It's like this. It's continuously feeling like I always got to go flow. Fish rest as well. Let's not forget that. There may be sleeping motherfuckers that move and they travel together, but they also fucking rest. So you also need to rest. But restlessness is just moving without actually any energy to move. You're moving on borrowed time is what I say. Borrowed time for a sense of self. Borrowed time for a sense of actually being able to heal yourself in a way that doesn't feel like, damn, this just I have no focus, I have no mindset, whatever it is in this concept. But it's just a change of focus, a change of direction, a changing planning, a changing moving. Just a turning point. So that way again you can have that lasting success. Which leads us to the raccoon, which is earth energy. Do not me turning directly to the page. That's so funny. It looks like that too. It's so cute.
Oh my god, she's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Wanna be on time.
Yes. With the raccoon, you have to make sure that you are putting a sense of worth on self, a sense of power on self, a sense of understanding who you are on self. So that way you actually understand where to place your energy, where to place your time, so that way you don't feel like you're just moving, feel like you always have to do things in this way of concept of losing the sense of self. So that way when things do happen that is an outside situation, whether that be a person and they piss you off, or the relationship is gone, or something happened, or it's a job, or you don't have a job, whatever outside force is, it doesn't feel like it's such an interconnection to self that it causes you a disconnect of self. Yes, they can be combined, which is great, which is being one with nature, but is also realizing nature changes for the betterment of self. Okay? So, with the raccoon, it is a talented, shadowy, and in hiding. Right? So it is, again, reclusing backwards, but not actually in retrospect of understanding what you need to do when you are planning. Okay? So, when you are in balance, you are a generous friend and an exceptional artist. You are okay with sharing information. You're okay with sharing your talents because you feel like you can stand on that. You feel like you are confident in that. You feel like, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I love this. This is how I cultivate. This is what I enjoy, right? That's where the exceptional comes from, because I am without an exception, without a doubt in my mind. I can do this. I can create this. And it's beautiful. However, when you're out of balance, you are competitive and you are a starving artist. right? It's because you're always trying to compete with somebody when you are cultivating your own lane, your own sense of self, your own sense of being and how you do things. You're not meant to do everything like everybody else because you're not. Sounds very cliche, but the more complicated that you make simple things is the more complicated that your life will be in the long run. So think a little bit more intently about what you want to do. Why am I thinking competitively? Why do I feel like I have to compete against somebody and they haven't even came up the same way? We don't even have the same a mindset of what artist creativity is when we approach things, when we approach a project in the same way, or we approach a project in any type of way. Okay, so to bring it to balance, make new work. And also starving artists, maybe you just change up the field, add up some ventures. Me being a projector, I have to realize I cannot rely on one thing. I have to broaden my avenues, right? So maybe it's a matter of broadening your scope of what you can do for yourself to cultivate. You do not have to be starving. Go finesse some shit if you need to, okay? I'm sorry. That's just what me and my sisters talk about. Finesse. But you do not have to be starving out here, especially when you are an exceptional artist and you are a generous friend. It's like, where's your reciprocity of energy, of time, of things of that sort, right? So taking that in, you're not meant to be starving. But why are you starving? Is because you're looking at everything in a way of like, this is coming against me and I need to beat it, and there's no support anywhere and I can't support anyone. Okay, so make new work. The golden egg, which is spiritual. So that means we have a little bit of out of balance, which is crazy because we have water and earth, which work really well together. Really fucking well together. But for some reason, this is the not working cards. So maybe it's something that is out of balance within how you're able to go with the flow while staying rooted within yourself. And it could be something that's off spiritually, which leads us to the golden egg, okay? But we're having success. So it's a good thing because we're having, we're working through it, baby. These are lessons. And if you're already recognizing that, now it's time to apply that. Okay? So, golden egg, I think it's the fourth, which is the fourth chakra. Okay? The golden egg, it represents message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. And what that means is you need to fucking meditate, just to put it in very basic layman's terms. Because the only way that you're going to get this message is literally what it says and what the card represents. And for your turning success, for you to reach that, is that you need to quiet yourself within. So that way you can make amplified decisions that are going to lead you on a long-term basis of success. So that way it can be rooted. The golden egg, again, is at the center of the heart. When you are at the heart, that means you are healing. That means you are really open to expansion. That means you're open to new creativity, new ideas. That means you're open to loving and expanding on that love and receiving it. That means it is something inside of you that is leading you, right? And in order to get to that point, you have to tap into all the base 3 chakras. And if your water and your earth are out of whack, it means maybe you have lost a sense of passion in what you want to do in the first place because you feel like there's something locked or deep down in your heart that you just can't cultivate and or won't be consumed in a way that will actually push you to a point of success. But that is where you lead to the imbalance with the raccoon, is feeling like you have to hide yourself, like you are in competition with something, versus realizing if I cultivate and then recognize that I'm an artist and I'm exceptional, I'm like the fish, right? And I'm able to captivate these things. That is the unstruck sound. That is what is going to guide you, right? And your 4th chakra is what connects your mind and your soul. So to get that back into balance, new work. And I forgot the fish. Bless my heart, bless my soul, bless my mind. And the fish is set a small goal and accomplish it. And when you're out of balance with the fish, you are distracted and change his mind often. Okay? So, get a goal. Make some new work. Make that your new goal. Tap into that. Okay? What is working for you is the peacock. Not everybody reaches the peacock. That's literally what they say. The peacock is about confidence. It's about knowing who the fuck you are. Understanding who you are. Reveling in that. Having people pull to you for that. And they love that. It's this alluring factor. So that is what is working for you. So as soon as you stop denying who you are, denying what you are capable of, that's the last page. I don't know why I'm doing that. There we go. Right? Once you start not doing that, just tap into it more. We have inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything. Right? That means you can adapt to anything. You can cultivate, you can pick it up very quickly. You are an assimilator of anything. You can find your niche in anything. With the peacock, it is also air energy, which leads back to the heart chakra, which leads back to that expansion of understanding who you are. It says when you are in balance, you are confident and you are kind. When you are out of balance, you can't digest situations. Again, it means that when something happens, it means you mull over it over and over and over again instead of consuming what you need to consume and literally shitting out the rest. Okay, so bring it to balance, meditation on navel. Again, those lower chakras, allowing yourself to get back into center of self. That's all it is. That is how you continue forward with the long-lasting success. Okay? What is and what isn't. Ooh, boy. I hope that water is cold, because my mouth.
Have the rest of you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated, folks. Okay. We're going to go ahead and we are going to go ahead and pick. We'll do 8. Unless this like number 8, we'll do 8. Holding together above water, below earth. It is the nature of individual drops of water to merge and become one. When water flows freely over the earth, it finds other water to join with it. In the same way, individual people seek to belong to a greater whole. Holding together as a community will achieve greater success than standing alone. Be constant and strong, and others will join. This is definitely in our reading from last week with community, with finding that sense of community, finding that sense of self, finding that sense of understanding, and really leaning into that, and just being more out there, being more open to sharing what you enjoy and experiencing that, and that being able to cultivate you with other people that will also connect in that, is that you are now finding other droplets that are doing the same thing, right? So that's what we got in our last reading. But of course, I'm gonna break it down, because why is it popping up again? You know, why is it popping up again for us? Let's see. Luckily, it's not giving lovers to friends. The window is open and it's causing a havoc. What is working for 8? Ooh. We got ancestors, please. What is working for 8? Okay. Put that in the pot. What isn't? What isn't? Oh, what isn't? What isn't? Oh my God! What? What is it? What isn't working? Oh. Anything else, Spirit, you want to share with the number 8? Okay. So as usual, I'm going to go ahead and start with what isn't working, okay? I'm just cracking up because these cards are fucking wild. They're nuts. Okay, sorry, just pulling it all and flipping it. Okay, What isn't working? We have shadow work needed, which means what isn't working is you not doing your fucking shadow work, which is you not actually taking introspection, accountability, putting your words into action, actually doing what you need to do. Your actual shadow work. You're not healing shit. You're not listening to self. You're not actually putting action. You're not making plans. You're out here willy nilly. That's what isn't working. Okay? Shadow work is needed. And if it is needed, it means you haven't even been doing the bare minimum. We don't want that. Especially if you are looking for community and you are wanting community and you are wanting to cultivate that, you will want to make sure that you are doing your shadow work so that way you're not just so accepting of everybody that comes to you and your energy because that's what you're seeking out. And then it gives this yearning, this longing, and we don't want that and we don't need that because we have third-party person is also what isn't working. Which means you may have some attachment issues. And you may have those attachment issues because you have daddy issues that you have yet to deal with. So you're hilarious. So since you have yet to deal with those daddy issues, you are clinging to any other person that is external from yourself. So when you are looking for community, make sure you're not doing it out of a need of like, wow, I really need this. I really have to. No, what you need is shadow work. What you need to understand is, why am I seeking out this community? Is this the community I even want to be around? Am I actually, when I go out here, am I having to put myself in this way because I feel like this is the only way I'm going to meet people instead of doing what I enjoy and then meeting people? Am I yearning for somebody that possibly wasn't there? Maybe your dad wasn't there. Whether he was there physically or non-physically, right? Maybe he was verbally abusive, emotionally abusive. Maybe he was just great and all around amazing, but just really wasn't actually, you can't have a conversation. Whatever the problem may be, you got daddy issues. But it's going to take a matter of you dealing with it, and a third-party person is not going to help you. So looking so deeply for that externally is not going to help you. And sometimes maybe a release of the mind is just you needing an orgasm. You need an orgasm. And that's okay, baby. Everybody needs an orgasm. Everybody should have an orgasm.
Firstly, you ask somebody who's been acting up this.
That part.
They'd be like, they ain't good enough.
And even if not, it's just like, it's a matter of when you are orgasming. I like to say, if we're thinking of it, because I always like to think of it more than just even sexually, what has stimulated you enough to feel like you are able to be vulnerable, that it pleasures you, right? That you feel like, I'm able to consume this and it gives me pleasure, it gives me joy, it makes me feel vulnerable, it makes me feel, I wanted to say ecstasy filled, what's giving me this actual rush of this sensation that I can't explain but I want more of, and I know that I'll be able to cultivate. That, you need an orgasm, whether it is sexually or non-sexually. You need this vulnerable release of self that is not attached to anyone else in order to get it, okay? Because right now, there's a new direction that is needed. What isn't working is you fighting it so hard. Is you fighting a new way of thinking about how to cultivate this community, of how allowing this to happen for you. And that's okay. Because right now you just need a separation from what you think you actually want. And what I mean by that is by, again, going into self, doing that shadow work, realizing, what do I actually want? Who am I hanging around? Where am I going forward? And I'm not saying you're going to automatically start cutting people off, but it's a matter of also expanding your circle to different outlets of what you actually enjoy as well. Okay? So maybe it's a separation of your habits, maybe it's a separation of your old ideals, maybe it's a separation of how you think about, this is how communities should act, this is how they should be, or maybe you're imagining people are going to knock up to your door and hope that you start the conversation. No, baby, you're only going to get a Jehovah's Witness. That's it. Okay? So, the next one that we have is, it takes two. What isn't working for you is feel like you'll be able to do this on your own. That was a release. It's feeling like you'll have to do this on your own. And it means, if it takes two, if you actually truly want community, do you actually feel like you can collaborate with other people? That's a question I want you to answer. And I'm going to leave it at that. And what I want you to also do is start speaking the fuck up, because you being silent about what you want, silent about what you need, silent about how you feel, silent about what you want to do, what you want to cultivate, is not working for you. You need to speak the fuck up. If you want to connect with other people, how are you going to connect with other people that share your same ideals or thoughts or fun or whatever it is, if you don't speak the fuck up? if you're not living that out in action, if you're not actually living your life as truthfully as you want to by being authentically yourself. So speak the fuck up, not only with words or body language, and make sure that those actually collaborate as well, right? Okay. We have happening quickly, transformative ending, which is 999. So it's happening quickly, whether you want it to or not, because of what you have been trying to plant. Now, if you self-sabotage that, if you ruin it, if you question it, that's all up to you, baby. That's all up to how you're going to start thinking about your life changing, and if you're going to actually fight the new direction that's needed, or if you're going to allow it to come with grace and a realization that this is healing and this is actually going to need it for me, right? And it's happening quickly. And what you don't want to do is live your life on a wing and on a prayer, right? Of hoping that everything works out, of hoping that everything goes good, right? We have to recognize that in order for things to go onward and upward for you, some people belong to the streets, some ideas belong to the streets, some habits belong to the streets. It's just, it doesn't belong in your vicinity, your home, your space. So in order for your life to continue to go onward and upward, what are you not releasing that you are holding on to, especially again with this third party person? You have to realize that maybe I have attachment issues and I don't want to be alone, you know, like a peach scone. So recognize that, because this transformative ending is happening quickly, and either you're going to put yourself in the same circle and not learn anything, or put yourself in a circle and then be like, fuck it, I'm going to start a spiral, okay? So what is working for you? This is like my theme music for getting my cards together. Okay. Now, I was a little confused because we got neglecting intuition and ancestors please, and I was like, how the fuck does that work? How does that go together? And then we got needs time to mature. And with this working for you, it's a realization that you're realizing that something is not working inside of myself, and that has now thus become a reflection of my own environment, right? Whether that's a reflection of my friends, of my family, of my home, of my job, of my sense of self, right? It is a matter of realizing that I'm neglecting my intuition. I'm realizing that, right? And you're recognizing that I need something to move. I need something to shift, which is why what is not working is you fighting that shift that you need and want so bad, right? It's just a matter of you needing time to mature. You needing time to grow in that mentally. You needing time to grow in that spiritually, and that's again where the shadow work comes in, because if it needs time to mature, you can't keep cracking it open, the barrel, or opening the oven, and then the cake don't drop. Or you letting in all the air and now it's aerated and the wine ain't right. Whatever it is, okay? It's a matter of trusting that when I go inside of myself, inside of this barrel, or in this, that when I come out, that I'm truly ready to share within a community that is ready to share with me. It just needs time to mature, and that is what pleases the ancestors. Because it's this realization that, again, like I said, if you are going in circles, or when you are going in circles, are you going to create a spiral? Are you going to create a divot? Are you going to feel like it's a maze? Are you going to find a way out? Are you going to realize this wasn't a circle in the first place? Again, you are realizing that with me neglecting my intuition, how am I going to be pleasing to myself? Because this so far has led me to a dead end. It's this realization spirit is saying that you are truly having with realizing I want something different for myself. Something needs to shake. So stop fighting what you want different in your life so hard and start working with it. Okay? Because that can lead to a dead end. And you're recognizing that me going in the same way of me going in this circle instead of me creating a new path, it's over. We have a new career path. So maybe it's an outlet of maybe seeking a different career path and what you feel like you are worthy of or that you want to do in the first place. Okay? New career path. You have a lot of angel numbers as well coming in. We have 222, which is deep, intimate connection. You have, again, this yearning of wanting something, which is powerful, which is great. But again, you want to make sure that you're not just going out there so willingly accepting of that, especially when there's shadow work needed, there's protection needed, there's an understanding of self and what you truly want needed, right? A separation of old so that way you can welcome the new. So it's this realization that with 222, it's a matter of what am I thinking about myself? What am I thinking about my future? What am I thinking about my environment? Am I thinking with the positive intention to put faith into my actions, right? That is a deep, intimate connection. Because I want a deep, intimate connection. Do I have a deep, intimate connection with myself? So take that realization. The next one that we have is you're a magical ass being. Act accordingly. Again, it's this realization that if you truly are wanting something, don't be shocked when you start manifesting it. Don't be shocked when things start going your way. Don't fight it so hard. Don't question these things when they start happening. Don't question if you deserve it or if you're worthy, whatever it is. It's a matter of realizing I'm a magical ass being. 777 is also about releasing that fear and looking to the future with excitement, with joy, with the present moment of thinking. Okay? We also have abundance flowing in. 888, which is again infinite possibilities, infinite ways of thinking, infinite ways to connect with the people around you in your environment in a way that is positive. And thank you. And wise. The water is also in the freezer, by the way, if you're thirsty, because I did drink your water.
It's okay. Your water.
So, what is working for you is realizing that something is off within you spiritually. This is so funny what's going on with the filter. And then just working on that and getting into that, okay? Let's see. We'll do 54. Vamos. Okay.
The smoke blows today.
It does. A lot of air in the air. A lot of air in the air. Okay, we got 54. Which is the marrying maiden. Above thunder, below lake. A young couple who dwells in the family home is subordinate to the rules and values of their elders. The enforcement of standards of behavior may create a disturbance like thunder stirring the surface of a lake. Such standards are present throughout society. To dwell in harmony with one's fellows, one must ascertain what is acceptable and what is not. Gentleness and tact will serve all parties better than crashing conflict. Somebody in your relationship business? Sorry, somebody in your relationship business? It's sometimes when you are involved in a relationship and you are also living, or you are involved in by relationship I mean family as well, and those interconnections, it's an understanding of when I dwell in this house with them, if I am choosing to allow them to dwell in my house or in my presence, if something isn't right or I don't enjoy with it, is this something that can be easily conflict resoluted with a conversation, with an understanding, with action behind it? Or is this something where it's just like, okay, we're going to have a conversation, then it's done and over with, and we're all going to be upset, and now it's causing a rift in our family, and now it's like we're having a thunderstorm where there is no actual rain of release because there is no actual release to have in the first place because nobody actually wants to release anything.
In the thunder and
Turn that up. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to get banned.
No, you good. I was just a
without even knowing, playing in the thunder and rain. We're going to get to the hidden truth and the understanding of that because I want to know. Yeah, I want to know 54. What's going on with your relationships? What's going on with that? Are you surrounding yourself with people that you feel like you can actually have a conversation with? Is this a home that you want to be in? Are you living with people that you don't want to be in? Is this a relationship that your family doesn't approve of? We're going to do in the shadows. Sorry, Gina. And now I can sell my incense on there and melt the candle wax. 54. What's going on with 54, Spirit? Oh, that feels so much better. Ooh. Can only stretch my hips for so long. This card is standing on its side.
Oh my gosh. In the shadows.
Card is standing on its side. I've never had that happen to me before, personally. And I've been doing this for 9 years. What's going on with y'all? Hit that one more time for me, would you? We got a conversation happening. Oh, we got a conversation happening. All right, anything else before I close it out? We got a conversation happening, going on with this. You have to, the card is about working together. It is about coming together. It is about understanding that if we are going to be in this space together, if we are going to be in each other's presence, in each other's environment, we have to work together. When we do not work together, there is no release because we feel like we have to confine each other to not actually speak. So, to get into the shadows, it is a conversation. And somebody left and or wants to leave and or has already mentally left or emotionally left this situation, and it's just done. And that's also why it's just thunderstorms. I was careless with you. I'm sorry. I was careless with you. I'm sorry. I'm not. It's just, it's wild. It's the craziness. And I'm not coming back. So they're not coming back. Some people can understand what they did wrong, and they're not coming back, right? Again, I'm hearing if they haven't already left, which I'm very much left emotionally already, out of it, gone, could care less. That's why they're careless with you. And that's why some people speak in past tense where they're trying to forget somebody, and or when they're trying to work their way out, is because they're trying to act like you are no longer here in the present because I don't value you in the present. So in this past tense, it could have already happened, but I'm also hearing that it hasn't, and this person is thinking in a way of like, but I'm not coming back. There is no way of it. I'm already in too deep of not being here, right? We are not right for each other. So you have this understanding of just like this ain't working. They're taking their own retrospective, right? And they're realizing I need to focus on my healing, right? And some people do. But if this person isn't taking the action, that kind of makes you question things. Just a tinge, a lot of a tinge, just a tinge, okay? I need to focus on my healing. However, it says leaving you hurt me too. It's a matter of, again, this wanting to let go but have not let go, in a sense. I'm hearing that's connected, but we're not going to get involved in that later. That's for a deeper conversation on a different day. So leaving you hurt me too. So for their conversation, for them, we have, I was careless with you. I'm sorry. I'm not coming back. We are not right for each other. I need to focus on my healing. Leaving you hurt me too. I scared myself that day. Okay? For the next conversation we have, I know you're watching me. I don't know what to say. I hope you're happy. This is why I was laughing. You did not break me, which is beautiful because I just hear Beyonce in my head, which is great. It's fantastic. And I never want to feel that way again. And they also got, I scared myself that day. So it's a matter of both of these people reaching a breaking point, 54. And it's a matter of like you scaring each other to the point of maybe realizing where you guys are in each other's life and how you view each other based off of how you view yourself and the growth of that. And it's this realization of one person treating one person careless and one person realizing, yeah, I noticed it because I recognize we're not right for each other the same way that you did. And I don't know what to say because you didn't break me and I'm still here. Like, I scared myself the day we did some shit, you did some shit, and here we are. So take into that realization of whatever is going on, whatever this conflict is coming and or has happened. If it can't be worked out and or has not been worked out, love them motherfuckers from a distance. Care about them motherfuckers from a distance. But do it from a distance. What's the point of considering somebody family and you having thunderstorms with no true release of self? Childish. And not in a good way. Okay? I don't think I need to do the hidden truth. You guys are good on that front. You guys are good on that part. Get the shit together. Wrap it up. 22-9. 22 or 9? How you feeling? We'll do 22. We have grace for 22, above mountain, below fire. Fire from deep within the mountain bursts forth and shines light upon the darkness. But such a light only brightens the area that surrounds it. Most of the mountain remains dark. A state of grace is achieved when one sees the beauty in what is right before one's eyes. Focus on what is light and good, not the overwhelming darkness beyond. Recognize your motherfucking power. Recognize your motherfucking light. Have gratitude. Have a gratitude rampage. Wake up in the morning saying grace, affirmations, joy, right? That is an understanding of realizing that if I am the light that is now the expansion of where I can see on this mountain in the dark, I can now walk confidently in the dark because I recognize the light in myself, right? I can navigate through this. I can see exactly where I'm climbing, where I'm going. I am my own beacon. I am my own power source. And if anything, that'll help me radiate other people like a SOS signal. Get into it, okay? So, let's go ahead and dive into it. You guys, this was cute. You guys, this was fun. I liked it. Not saying anybody else's wasn't, but it was cute. It was fun. Yeah, we'll go with you. Let's see what Spirit got for you. Just gonna see what Spirit got. Seem pretty simple. What is working for you? What isn't working for you? Some people sometimes feel like when they're going through some shit, I've been there. Sometimes I find myself there. It's just like, what the fuck do I gotta be thankful for? You know? What the fuck? And that's when you don't allow yourself grace, because then you be hard on yourself if you like to put yourself in a situation that is so devastating, so down bad, so just like, no, I'm alive, I'm here, I'm amazing, I'm phenomenal, I'm creative, I'm inquisitive, I'm all of these things. My life is joyous, it's prosperous, I love it, it's abundant, you know? So, what is working for it? What is working for 22? Well, you guys like to explore. You guys like to see the world. You guys like to go out there. You guys like, you guys got some information coming in. Okay, a little bit of new life, a little bit of new energy, which is why the new information is coming in. What isn't working for 20? Get your protection up. Get your spell work up. Right? We got talisman. That's coding. Why are we at 50%? That's fine. That's cool. We got what isn't? Not the last 3 cards coming out. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So, what is working for you guys is safe travel. Maybe you guys want to travel, you want to explore the world, you want to go out there, you want to see things that is so beautiful. And you feel like, maybe I don't have the funds, maybe I don't have the capability, maybe I don't have any way to be doing any of that type of shit. Or I'm too scared, I'm too terrified, this is what happens to other people, or this or that, or whatever it is you're feeding into the sense of self of not doing it. But this card is a means of safe travel, which is so hilarious because this card came damaged. Isn't that quite funny? I find that quite ironic. But safe travels, that means that you will be safe whether you're traveling land, sea, air. It's a matter of you trusting in yourself that you actually want to do it, that you actually want to take that leap, that bound. So go ahead and do that. We also can't be dry on here. We also have veiled, which means maybe at this moment in time you don't have all the information, which is why you are scared. But Spirit is saying that there is a means to that, there is an understanding to that of why you don't have the information at this moment in time. And that is okay. That is positive. That is going to work out for you. Because it's a matter of it will be revealed in its own time. And it most definitely will, because you have new life, which means that there is a death of something, there is new information, there is a climax and accumulation of understanding, oh, this is why this did or didn't happen. This is why I shouldn't or shouldn't have said. This is why I should have traveled. Whatever it is, it's a means of new life, a new perspective, a new outlook, right? A new experience, a new gathering of information. Okay? Bless me. The next one that we have. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Got a lighter?
Girl, I was lighting up the candle.
There we go. So we have talismans. So maybe it's a means of tapping a little bit more into your power, tapping a little bit more into your new craft, not shying away from it, kind of diving in a little bit more head first with trusting in yourself, which is also means of safe travel, because traveling to the spiritual world as well. Maybe it's a means of being afraid of like astral projecting, lucid dreaming, desert walking. You know what I'm talking about? You know, that dry heat of exertion of traveling someplace else, right? So, oh, that's so cute. I thank you. So taking that in with that understanding, tap a little bit more into your power. Have a little bit more fun into it. Talisman is about enchanting it with an intention of it holding something and it doing something for you, right? So Spirit is saying continues to tap into that. The next we have transformation. Do not hold back from this transformation. Everything that is happening, it may seem like it's not what, that's where the grace comes in, of grace of allowing yourself to live through this healing moment, live through this progression, live through whatever is happening. Don't look so outwardly at your world that you forget to look inwardly, which is where that talisman comes in. Maybe hold something that you grab and you're like, ooh, yeah, that's my good luck charm. Whatever it may be, however you have it, okay? The next we have is affluence. Affluence is when abundance is coming to you. Opportunities are coming to you. Wealth is coming to you, and like infinite possibilities, all of these things. But it is a matter of, are you open to receiving it as well? Do you feel like you'll be worthy of it? Are you going to step back because you feel like you don't have the power, you don't have the understanding, right? Or you feel like, oh, this isn't it. No, right? It's a matter of, it reminds me of a story I'm hearing where it was a flood happening, and this dude was praying. And he was like, I'm praying that God's going to rescue me. And somebody came by and they had like a little boat. And they're like, hey, you want to get on? He was like, no, God's going to rescue me. It got further and further up on his house. And another person came and they were on a helicopter. And they're like, hey, you want to get on? He was like, no, God's going to rescue me. Wound up drowning, and he gets to heaven. He's like, oh, why didn't you rescue me? He's like, why didn't you get on the boat or the helicopter? It's saying that these blessings may come in an unexpected way. This revamp, this change will come in an unexpected way. So don't look at it in a way of like, no, it's going to come in a different way, because you have your mindset of how you're going to accomplish your goal, and then you lose sight of the goal, you lose sight of the present feeling, the moment of you being who you are when it's a transformation happening, okay? And it's going to be beautiful. So you don't have all the information, step into that. Babies don't have all the information, that's why they rely on their circle. Moncito?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, our last card, 9, which is funny because it is all about accumulation. It is all about the end. Let's get into this. 9. Does anybody have a favorite number? What's your favorite number out there? What's your favorite number? Bless my heart, bless my soul, bless my body. Let's get into this. We have the taming power of the small. Above wind, below heaven. There is rapid movement in the sky as clouds blow swiftly and change shape, but no rain will fall. In times of chaotic motion, there is no point in striving for completion. Through small actions, subtle persuasion, and observation, circumstances can be prepared for future success. Gentleness will turn to strength in its proper time. Which is hilarious because I literally said the accumulation and they told your eyes to slow the fuck down. But in a way of saying to keep moving forward. But taking baby steps, taking small moments, giving yourself, again, it's this matter of the endurance, the strength to make sure that you have the capabilities to withstand going this long distance. And that's okay if you're just taking moments, right? If you're just taking breaks. That's the whole point of setting things up properly the first time. And so that way, when I set it up very properly, very structured, it's built. Now all I gotta do is put the VCR in and press play. I don't need to rebuild the VCR each time I want to watch a fucking movie. I just put the VCR in, right? Oh, 9. That's so fucking cool. I love that. High school soccer. Oh my goodness, I didn't play any sports in high school. I'm grateful for that. You know.
24 was mine in schools. 24 too.
Dang.
So that's cool.
There's his
Sports.
9. Sports. I just enjoyed numbers. I was not too good at sports, but it's the accumulation, which is great. It's the taking the baby steps. It's the taking the moments, right? You don't need to rebuild each thing every time. Give yourself a break, so that way when you level up, you already have a really good structure, really good base. What am I feeling for you? What do you? You know, I love what I do. I love that people enjoy seeing me do what I do, that I love what I do when I do it, you know? I love that I help people. It's very enjoyable. It's very powerful. It's very amazing. And also allows me to be a lot more graceful and understanding with other people. Not so necessarily like let them walk over, but just like a lot more forgiveness is given, compassion is given. So you give readings for a lot of people and yourself, realize, damn, everything is not what it seems, and it can get. I want it in your wildest dreams, and but it's not what it seems, 'cause everything is not what it seems. So let's get into this 9. What is not working for 9? What is 9 struggling with on the matters of going slow and taking baby steps? I remember. Serena said, "What it seems." Okay, I love it. Okay, anything else? Anything else isn't working? Okay. Y'all got issues with meditation? Sitting still? You can't rest your body? You feel like you gotta move? You're trying to get naughty? Okay, bro. Okay, what is working? What is working? What is working? I was like, it looks like a flame is lit. Duh, there's a flame lit. The candle's lit. Okay. You guys are in balance, which I love to see. It's just a matter of sometimes sitting when that balance actually approaches you. And that's okay. Because we're going to get into that. Because they also have little affirmations for you that you can say if you actually want to do the work, you know? So, what isn't working for you? We have walking meditation, which is just go. With walking meditation, being, as some will call, inverted, reverse, shadow work lessons, what you may call it. It's a means of understanding that sometimes you have an issue with just going with the flow, of allowing the expansion to happen, right? And just kind of walking, seeing how this takes a while to bloom. Even flowers that bloom during the day and then close at night, it still accumulates over time, slowly. They're taking it step by step. So allowing yourself to do more walking meditation of just going out in nature and seeing how it operates, not in a rush, but in a flow of its own self, yet steady and secure. It allows it a lot more grace in your own life, and realizing, why am I rushing my own body? In a sense where if I was to hurt myself, or I go through a mental episode or depression episode, whatever it is, it's going to take time to heal. So why do I feel like I have to rush everything in every aspect of my life, and then I have to take my time to heal it later? No, I want to make sure that I'm always continuously taking care of my body, healing my body, listening to it, giving it time, especially with my success in my business, that I am now interacting with other people and my energy in that exchange. Make sure that you are allowing yourself to take the steps of not being so overly consumed that you are now devoured. Okay? So let's go ahead and tap into walking meditation. So your affirmation is, I attract good fortune like bees to honey. I am grateful for my blessings. Okay, so I attract good fortune like bees to honey. I am grateful for my blessings. Okay, so again, it's this understanding of not losing sight of the goal, but allowing yourself to be and allow it to attract you in different ways, of unexpected ways. It's so beautiful. It's so powerful. It's so amazing. Your crystal pairing is peridot. It also is recommended to take a walk in nature, right? Just take it in. Look at 5 things that you see, 4 things that you can smell, maybe 3 things that you can possibly taste, depending on where you live, which is actually accurately 2. 2 things that you can touch, and 1 thing that you can. What's the last sentence? I thought I said taste. I said taste.
I didn't hear you say. See?
I said see.
Here.
Do it in whatever order, because I feel like you'll be able to hear a whole lot more things than you can possibly. You fix it for where you live, but you get what I'm saying. Walking meditation. Take a moment to take it all in. It was just a moment. The affirmation again for just go is, I attract good fortune like bees to honey. I am grateful for my blessings. Where am I at? I'm on 7%. Push the limit.
It's not plugged in?
It is, but sometimes my phone overheats. It'll be like, baby, you're done. Then we also have cloud meditation, which is letting me know that maybe you need to get outdoors a little bit more, expand what you're seeing, expand what you're doing, get out in nature, go explore. Cloud meditation, because that's twice that meditation has come up. So again, this is what isn't working. Meditation is what is going to work, and maybe you're not doing it as much as you think you are. Okay, so cloud meditation, look up. It is telling you to literally go outside and look up, see what you can find in the clouds, tap into the childlike wonder, that whimsicalness, again allowing you to lay on your back, alleviate yourself, be a little bit more grounded, a little bit more centered. Cloud meditation, look up. The affirmation for this is, I'm strong and healthy thanks to physical movement. So get physically active, which is again can just be breath work as well, which I also said in my last one. I am strong and healthy thanks to physical movement. Because sometimes that also, when somebody is working out or they are doing a lot, myself personally, when I dance, it's a means of realizing, like, damn, I'm not doing anything. Nothing's happened. And I'm not realizing, like, I'm allowing myself to move, get a lot more mobility, get a lot more breath in my lungs, allow myself to just enjoy it. It expands a whole lot more than just one craft of like one aspect, right? So take into that. Okay. The next one that we have is, that's a tinge. thank you, baby.
Of course.
The next one that we have is karma. Okay. Let's just go to the card. What isn't working for you is karma. Oh my Jesus Louise. Okay. Is my charger around? My charger's in my room. Do you think you can grab my charger? I think I can still plug it in and make it work. I'm at the last second. It might have to be a two-parter. I haven't have to do a two-part in a little while. No. The one that's plugged in next to the bed. Thank you, darling. Okay, let's see if this works. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Nothing happened. Shit. This is gonna have to be a two-part, another 9. Oh my gosh, baby steps. Not it cutting off at the last moment for you guys in regards to taking baby steps and taking moments. So we will have to come back for a two-parter. Luckily, I won't be able to post anything either until my phone is charged. So we are in good action. I'll come back. Like, comment, share, subscribe. So that way I can buy equipment and shit so that my phone won't die on me. And so that I can share this message. I make these videos every Tuesday and Friday on my Instagram Live, and you can find me on everything, including my podcast at the T_Moon. I love you guys, but love yourselves more. Until next time, which is in a little bit.